Is the mechanic returning to Grand Theft Auto Online? There's been some signs found by players that might indicate that that could be the case. So earlier today on Twitter, I actually got a notification from one of my followers who tweeted this at me, which was pretty interesting. It comes from Enos. He says, "Hey Ross, for some reason I have been getting messages from the mechanic, Johnny on the spot, specifically when I leave a clothing store. Sometimes I get 3 or 4 in a row, even when I leave my apartment closet. I took these screenshots for proof. Thanks for help, ? So this was sent to me yesterday. So we know this is obviously happening in 2018. So what is going on here? You shouldn't get these text messages from the mechanic because the mechanic no longer delivers vehicles. Now, for those of you guys that have not been around since I'd say 2013, 2014, you might not have known that a mechanic, like a physical car mechanic, like someone you'd see in Benny's or the Los Santos Custom Shop, would actually deliver your vehicle to you. However, apparently due to bugs with the delivery function as of Title 1.10, the mechanic no longer delivers the player's vehicle in person. Instead, after the update, if the player asks for a vehicle to be delivered, it will spawn behind the player after a few seconds. Now, the reason for this is there was a lot of bugs with the mechanic. He had a tendency to crash or damage players' vehicles. He would tend to drive away if there was a fight going on. Sometimes the mechanic would go past the player and drive off with the vehicle, requiring them to kill the mechanic or chase after them in some way. So needless to say, he was not the most efficient in terms of delivering vehicles. However, I can't help but feel like he's seemingly missing from Grand Theft Auto Online. I personally liked seeing someone deliver my vehicles. It feels a little bit more realistic. In fact, I wish every single vehicle we called in had something like this. So for example, if you call in a buzzard and you spawn it at the helipad, maybe not necessarily have him landing the helicopter because you might want it instantaneously, but as you approach the helicopter, maybe a pilot gets out and says like, "Hey boss, it's ready to go. Enjoy this bird," or something like that. Just small little things to make it feel more realistic than just vehicles spawning in front of you or behind you. But anyways, getting back to these messages, that right there is extremely strange. And the way you're saying you're getting them, when you're leaving your apartment, when you're leaving a clothing store, sometimes 3 or 4 times in a row, that right there is kind of weird. You're not supposed to get these text messages. You're only supposed to get them, if the mechanic was actually delivering your vehicle. Now, just because the mechanic no longer delivers our vehicle doesn't mean that the mechanic has disappeared. Like I said, you still call the mechanic on your phone. You still have to pay him $50 per day per property with a garage you own. And technically, the mechanic is the reason why when you drive your vehicles into your garage, they get repaired. So he does serve a function still, even if it doesn't mean delivering vehicles. I'm going to assume what you're seeing is a glitch and that Rockstar doesn't have any serious plans to return the mechanic to Grand Theft Auto Online. As much as I think it would be cool, they've had it out of the game for so long, it sort of feels like a thing that they, number one, wouldn't go back and reverse, and number two, I feel like there's so many other better things they could focus their time and their energy on, whether it be future updates or even new other games like Red Dead Redemption 2. So do I think we're going to see the return of the mechanic? Probably not, but I definitely think this is interesting and certainly something to keep an eye out on. And I'd love to pass this question on to you guys in the comments down below. Have you been receiving mysterious text messages from the mechanic in Grand Theft Auto Online, or is this a one-off event? This will give us a better idea of, I guess, how likely it is something like this could happen. So like I said, let me know your thoughts, opinions more on this in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you did go on to enjoy this video though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care and I'll see you guys in the next video.